day, happy travelers. Vacation Travel Hacks here, talking about Disney World Genie Plus. This is going to cover all 4 theme parks. This is going to explain what Genie Plus is, how to get it, how to use it at each and every one of the theme parks, and talk about strategy, which is individual to each one of the theme parks. So we got a lot to talk about. I'm excited to talk. I'm highly caffeinated. I'm excited to begin. So what is Genie Plus? We can start with the words on the left-hand side. It's a feature that essentially allows you to skip the lines. All right, so what are the pictures on the right-hand side? So Disney World has some flagship rides, some of the best theming, best experiences, immersive experiences. Even the queue is part of the ride, and it's very sensational. What you're looking at here is the time. So 4 o'clock, for example, at Twilight of Terror, the wait time is 2 hours, 10 minutes more than that. Same with Rise of the Resistance, Frozen's hour and a half, Jungle Cruise. So as you're looking here, we're talking, hour and a half to 2, sometimes 3 hours. And if you're going during like Memorial Day, 4th of July, heaven forbid, the week of Christmas and New Year's Eve, 3 to 4 plus is not out of the question. For example, I waited 360 minutes for Avatar Flight of Passage. That was before the, it was difficult to get the skip the line feature. So anyway, long story short, when you buy Genie Plus, when you're thinking, maybe right now you're just like, I'm on the fence, I don't really know if it's for us. When you're thinking about it, you're thinking about going and riding the ride and avoiding those wait times on the right-hand side. That's what it is. Now, having said that, what we're also going to cover in this is, surely there's a way to go and ride the ride, not wait that long and not pay. Yes, we will talk about that at each theme park because the ride, it varies. So we're going to cover that too. So we're going to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, actually 3 birds, because we're also going to talk about some strategy. Let's hop into it here. Disney terminology. There's individual lightning lane. This is on the left-hand side. If you're staying at a Disney World resort at 7 a.m., you will be able to purchase one of these things if you'd like. These are the flagship rides. These are the creme de la creme. These are the ones everyone wants to ride. And it's pay per ride. Can't do it twice, and you can't book no more than 2. So anyway, if you're not staying at a Disney resort, you'll be able to book whatever's left whenever the park opens. Lightning Lane, on the other hand, it's kind of like, going to a buffet. You go in, you pay, $19, $29, and you'll have the ability to pick whatever's there. Earlier is better. Your first selection, whether you're on-site, off-site, at a home, 7 a.m., you'll be able to make it, and then you'll be able to make your next one 2 hours after the park opens. And the park opening varies by time of year, varies by park. So keep an eye on that. So these are the 2 terms we're going to use. How am I going to tell them apart? Cool thing is, if you see purchase for $12 next to the time, that's an individual lightning lane. If it just says book experience, that's part of the lightning lane. That's the Genie Plus, kind of synonymous. So how do I get it? Where do I go? So in your My Disney Experience app, got arrows all over here. They really advertise, hey, this is how you buy it. This is how you purchase Genie Plus. This is where you go. So when you open up, you start on your right-hand side. I'm pretending like I'm in the United Kingdom here. I'm on the right-hand side, and you click this. It'll take you here. You can buy it here. You can buy it here. You can purchase it after midnight. If you're going to use it, I strongly recommend purchasing at bare minimum $6.50 sometimes everyone's getting in there and it floods the server. You want to be reserving your rides at 7, not buying Genie Plus, because time is everything. Time is literally everything when it comes to this. Like 2 minutes, for example. If you're like, surely Vacation Travel Hacks at 7:02 doesn't mean anything. Nope, 2 minutes is the difference between getting Slinky Dog and not. So it is, you need to be fast. All right, so let's talk about some theme park strategies, and this is what we're going to talk about through all the theme parks as we go through this. There's the paid strategies, the Genie stacking, and then there's Genie turn and burn. So Genie stacking is really solid, like a consistently good experience at most of the parks, not all of them out. We'll go through it in detail. But let's say you're not morning people. You're like, I want to sleep in. I want to eat a nice breakfast, want to go to Disney Springs, want to go to Typhoon Lagoon, great water park. Just a fantastic water park to kind of avoid the heat. And while you're doing your day, however you see fit, you're stacking rides to ride them consecutively in the evening. And we'll walk through that here in this. And then there's the Genie turn and burn people that are up and early, up and at them, want to get to the park, use a Genie, then you can go to the next ride, use your Genie, and then you can make another one. So turn and burn means when you use it, you can get another one. Actually, you can get another one as soon as you badge in using either your card or your Magic Band. When you badge in, you can, while you're walking up to get on the ride, you can make another Genie one. Free. Well, I'm still pros and cons here. What are my free options? There's rope drop. Get there before the park opens. People who stay on site, you get that extra magic time. And then even when the park opens, the wait times are still minimized. So if you want to wake up, get everyone on that first bus, beat the doors down and head out and go ride rides. And, by 10 o'clock, everyone's sucking air. And, that's cool too. What rhymes with drop is shop, close the shop, the exact opposite of rope drop. You're closing the shop. You're getting in line, 1 minute before the park closes, and then you're in, and then you'll be able to ride it. And then there's raindrops. If it rains, the queue will clear out because some of the rides shut down. Most of the outdoor features, Slinky Dog, Test Track. So those, you can save time that way. And then you can mix and match. You can rope drop and Genie stack. You can be in the park kicking some tail, and then all of a sudden, doing your midday break, all the while building up, Genie rides. So anyway, long story short, these are some of the strategies we're going to talk about. We're going to build your My Genie Day starting at the Magic Kingdom. You wake up 7 a.m. I can't get screenshots of the actual times until 7:15, but this is what's available. And when we take a look at this, I want you to pay attention to the rides that are already into the afternoon. These are the ones that are popular because everyone has already taken them in the first 14 minutes. Jungle Cruise is in the afternoon. Peter Pan's Flight is in the afternoon, and Seven Dwarfs. And Space Mountain is close to the afternoon. So you got to prioritize. The trick is not necessarily to get like the rides. Well, yes, it's the rides you really want, but the rides that you're also interested in. So if you get, say for example, you pick Buzz Lightyear, man, we are really interested in Buzz. We're going to be there. The thing is, if you take that and no one has taken it yet, and everyone's taken this, and you also want to ride these are going to become unavailable first. That's why we pay special attention here. Buzz is going to be available later. So think of it this way. Imagine you're at going to a buffet, and there's only a certain amount of lobster at the buffet. There's a lot of lettuce. Lettuce is right in front of you at the buffet. I don't know if you're familiar with the buffet, but the lettuce, the bread, it's always right in front of you. That's first. But the lobster's at the end. And if you, take your time perfecting your salad, adding the croutons and the Parmesan cheese and drizzling the ranch just perfectly, by the time you get to the lobster, could be gone. I guess in this analogy, Seven Dwarfs, Jungle Cruise, and Lobster are the lobster, and then Buzz is the salad. So there we go. Made up an analogy. Other things I want you to consider is these are the wait times in half-hour increments for Jungle Cruise. So as you're sitting there going, hey, well, I'm really weighing Genie Plus or not. Genie, if you are flexible and you can rope drop, you can be there in under an hour. And if you want to be there while the fireworks are going off or close the shop, you can probably ride it in under a half hour. With those two things in mind, what Genie does is it empowers you to ride the rides during the times that you pick. And you're probably going to pick an evening, or maybe something a little bit more in the mid-morning when there's an 80 to 75 minute wait. What about Space Mountain? Again, rope drop. You can do it in under an hour. That's exciting. Getting closer to fireworks, closing a shop, a little bit more than an hour. Otherwise, it's almost hour and a half throughout the day. Again, Genie's empowering you to do that. Same thing with Seven Dwarfs. As you remember, that's an individual lightning lane, pay per ride. That thing's almost 2 hours plus most of the day. So that's an investment you got to think about. Hey, am I going to save money and tear down the doors? Am I going to keep the family up late or just burn it? Yeah, that's an option too. I got nothing to do for 2 hours. We'll go wait in line. That's always an option. So anyway, but at least you know your options as you're strategizing it. If you're looking at $20 in your pocket, like, well, $20 or 2 hours, you choose. You get to choose. So let's build your Genie day. So we went back here. You woke up at 7. We're looking at all of this stuff. We are going to take Seven Dwarfs. We're going to take Jungle Cruise because it's the latest in the day. And heck, who doesn't love the Jungle Cruise? So we are building our Genie day for Magic Kingdom right now. Magic Kingdom at 8:30. This just shows you what the time is. You can pause here. If you're thinking of rope dropping, I just wanted to show you this. Pause and take a look at what's going on at the 8:30 hour. You can see the wait time. So if you're thinking about rope dropping, this is for you. You can already see, I showed you a screenshot at 7:15. The lightning lane for Seven Dwarfs is already up to 7:40. Space Mountain just went past the noon hour. So anyway, I just wanted to give you the opportunity to pause, take a look at kind of what the wait times are as you plot your rope drop philosophy. And if you rope drop, you're probably going to go to Seven Dwarfs to save the $12 on this day. Sometimes it's 20, so price fluctuates. And then you got to make a decision. Do you head over to Space Mountain and Tomorrowland Raceway, or do you head right and go to Haunted Mansion and Big Thunder Mountain and Pirates of the Caribbean? So you got a choice. And here you can pause, take a look. Right. Let's go to the 10 o'clock hour. 10 o'clock is a magical time for us because if the park opened at 8 a.m., we are going to take another stab here. If the park opens at 8:30, if it opens at 9, you just take 2 hours. This day, the park opened at 8, so I'm giving you those times here. So we are going to take the next item. Do we want Space Mountain? I think Peter. We already got Peter. No, we don't have Peter Pan. I think we might very well take Peter Pan, and we do. 5:45 to 6:45. It's 10 in the morning. We have 2 rides. 3 rides, actually. You can always subtract the one you don't want to buy. So we're at the pool right now. We're probably eating breakfast at 10 a.m., getting ready for a pool day, maybe going to Disney Springs to shop. We're building our evening. All right, let's take a look at what's available at 12:30. And at this time, what we have here is, I see Big Thunders there. I see Space Mountains there. Let's go ahead and take Space Mountain 6:20 to 7:20. And that's shaping up to look real good. We're at Peter Pan, so we'll just swing on down anyway. And that we're building our day. Magic Kingdom. Now we're at 2:30. And let's take a look at all the times. And again, I'm just picking stuff based on what I think. Haunted Mansion's looking pretty good. Tomorrowland Raceway is always a classic. Space Mountain's not. It looks like I should have taken Space Mountain, but it's not available. We'll keep an eye on that throughout the day, see if it pops back up. But we picked Haunted Mansion. All right. Probably going to watch fireworks after that and, get ready for the day. 4:30, anything available? Doesn't look well. I do see Buzz Lightyear. There we go. Let's take Buzz. Then at 6:30, things become, especially during peak, things become slim picking. But Big Thunder is available. Look at this. Boom. I'm going to take it. Big Thunder 9:10 to 10. And now we are adding up all these times. This is the standby time that you're saving here. We added It's a Small World. When you get to the park, let's take a look at what you did here. You were at the pool. You maybe did nothing, just hung out in the room, slept all day, got some food, shop, Typhoon Lagoon, whatever you did. And then you got to the park. And if you're riding Jungle Cruise at 2:20 to 3:20, you got the whole hour. So I bet you probably got to the park probably about 3 o'clock. And you did all of this stuff with a peaceful dinner from about 4 to 5. And you rode 510 minutes worth of standby time over the course of 7 hours. That's standby time. That's not transit to the next ride. That's not, that's almost, a little short of 9 hours over the course of, and that's 9 hours. There's no bathroom breaks, no water breaks, no soda breaks, no, grabbing a pretzel and eating dinner in line. This is what we just call going and hopping on. There you go. That's a pretty good way to do your day there. And you got to watch fireworks. You weren't even lying. You were able to go and watch fireworks, enjoy it. So anyway, to me, that's the value. That's the value explained. All right. So, and like I just said in this slide, that's the words version of it. You got to take it easy. Let's go to Hollywood Studios. Let's talk about stacking for Hollywood Studios. Let's orientate ourselves to some of the high value rides. Cool thing, unlike Magic Kingdom, there's a lot of rides, and many of them you can probably get away with. Like Pirates is about 30 minutes. During the day, it's an hour. But Hollywood Studios, all their rides are, there's not too many rides. So a lot of the wait times, as you can see here, is 2.5, 3 hours. Tower of Terror, 2 hours, hour and a half, 2 hours. If you're going during, like I said, if you're going during Memorial Day, add another hour to this. 2 to 3 hours is not unreasonable. Star Wars Rise of the Resistance, I've seen this 4 hours. But otherwise, it's normally like the average is right around 2 hours. You can get it a little closer, an hour and a half. And closing the shop for this one, rope drop, run in. Nobody wants to. Everyone's trying to save that $20 per person, so people are going to be beating down the doors. But if your last one's there, like I said, Fantasmic is there. If you take a look here at this, this one's so busy because everyone's going to Fantasmic, and then when everyone gets out of Fantasmic, you're like, well, Tower of Terror's here. I'm just going to hop in line. Rise of Resistance being so far away from Fantasmic, the wait time keeps going because it's nobody. When you get to a Fantasmic, the last thing you want to do is walk to the back of the park. You still have more days of travel there. Same thing with Mickey's Runaway Railway. You can rope drop, or if you want to ride peak hours, it's about an hour-ish. Smuggler's Run, it kind of follows the Rise of the Resistance. Nobody wants to walk out of Fantasmic, go all the way back to ride the Millennium Falcon. Some people do. I mean, on the whole, that's why the wait times are so low. So anyway, this is, as you're looking at this, when you're thinking and strategizing your day and you're deciding, hey, do I Genie or not Genie? If you want to ride the rides in the afternoon, noon, evening, and you are okay with waiting an hour and a half, 2 hours, 2.5 hours sometimes, then Genie's not for you. If you look at that and go, whoa, I'm just going to pay, then this is who Genie gears toward. If you're looking at this, go, I'm just going to wake the family up, throw them on the bus, and we're up anyway. You're rope dropping, or we're just going to stay up and go as there's only so many rides. It's like your last ride. When you close the shop, that's your last ride. So anyway, that's the strategy. Let's build our Genie day here. This is what it looks like at 7:15. And as you can tell, Smuggler's Run's almost to 2 o'clock. Slinky Dog, that thing, I'm telling you, 7:02 a.m. I'm not kidding. I'm not, especially as we get closer. We're in peak spring break right now. Slinky Dog is gone. It is gone. Twilight Tower of Terror, everything. Look at this. Rise of the Resistance is almost sold out. So, all right, let's keep going. We selected Rise of the Resistance because we got in at 7 o'clock. We got Slinky Dog and we got Rise. So it's 5 p.m. to 6 p.m., 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. 8:30, just to give you an idea of what it looks like right around the park opening time. The Slinky Dog does show up. Look at that. It does show up. And it will, and you better be fast. I can't tell you how many times I saw it, and I go to select it, and it's gone. And I think there was only 2 times in 1,000 that I was able to get something that showed back up later. So be fast. What do we have here? So if we got Slinky Dog, we probably need Millennium Falcon, but we also, Tower of Terror went down. We got Mickey's Runaway Railway. Well, we can't even book yet. We got to wait 2 hours. So, okay. And if you press this time, it says, hey, you can book at 2 hours after the park opens, which is 10:30. It opened at 8:30 this day. 10:30 again. Don't go, whoa, hey, look, according to my thing right now, this is captured in a moment of time. So just take a look, build it after 2 hours. So now it's 10:30. What do we have here? We have Millennium Falcons well into the afternoon, Mickey's Runaway Railway. I'm already back there, so I'm thinking about getting a Millennium Falcon because I'm literally there during that time anyway. And we do, and we also got Tower of Terror. So at 12:30, we went and got Tower of Terror because it was also near the end of the day there, right there at 9. So it's 9 to 9:30. And it's I did this at 12:30. Like I said, we're nowhere near going to the park. We're probably at a water park, probably at Disney Springs, probably at our pool, maybe doing nothing, just hanging out, being cool. 2:30, pickings are getting slim here. So many things are not available right now. And I think we are going to get Toy Story Mania. Let's add that. Boom. That's that. Those 5 rides, that's a good day. And we're not even getting to the park until about 5-ish. 4:30, it's just leave-ins. And this isn't unusual from any other day. 4:30, and things don't normally pop back up. That's been my experience. It's gone for the day. So you got a couple different options here. You're going to be at Tower of Terror 9 to 9:30. Some parks close at 11. Sometimes as we get closer into the summer, sometimes the parks close at midnight. You could park hop, but I don't know. Let's take a look at what we did here. 530 minutes of standby saved between 5 and 9. 5 and 9. 120 minutes for Rise of the Resistance. 3 hours for Slinky Dog. So in a matter of about 4 hours, 240 minutes, you did over double that. And again, just if you're like, well, I'm going to close the shop or rope drop, that's cool. But if you're going to kind of tie it around your dinner, you walked in, ate at sci-fi from 4 to 5, that's pretty outstanding. We will show you Animal Kingdom next. So here, now, all right, I gave you two really good examples where Genie Plus shines. Now let's get into a park where Animal Kingdom is not a great Genie park. It is a really good rope drop park, and it's a good stacking park. So you go in the early morning, and you can ride a lot of rides. I'll show you what that looks like. And while you're riding those rides, you can stack at another park. So, for example, here's what the Genie Plus looks like. Avatar Flight of Passage, if you want to drop $16, go ahead. Safari is up to $120. Be careful with this one. If you're like, man, I want to just ride it, like Slinky Dog was gone at 702. At Safari, they keep adding stuff. And when it goes to 120, at like 7:30, it's going to go back to like 11 and 10. So I like to go in the evening. And if that's your strategy, keep the people out of the park at the heat of the day. This park struggles to get to the evening until you're into the evening and you've already wasted a couple picks. That's why this one's actually a pretty good rope drop park. As you can take a look here, and the Flight of Passage, in case you're wondering, like before you make the investment, Flight of Passage is not unusual to see it close to 2 hours, and it fluctuates. But rope drop, close of the shop, there is a midday dip as we do the shift change. You got people coming in for park hopping, and then you got people, leaving the park. So there is a nice little dip. It goes under 100 minutes. But like I said, it's like $20. So people are going to close the shop with it, and it struggles to really dip. So at Animal Kingdom, if you're rope dropping right now, you can get a lot done. So let's pretend you went in and ran Avatar, opened, and you ran in. You family of four, you saved $80. You ran in, or you lightning laned it. It doesn't really matter. When you get done, you're going to have two different options. You can go to Navi River Journey, but that's an hour and a half, a little over an hour of a wait at 8:30. Meaning that'll probably be the last thing you ride during the rope drop hour. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how it evolves, real fast. Safari is about an hour wait. It might not be a bad use of time. Dinosaurs 10 minutes, but that's clear across Park and Dino Land. And Expedition Everest, a little further away, is 25 minutes. But again, no real fast way to get there. So we'll take the Safari on if you're building the Genie Day, and because the Safari back here, if you're using Genie, take a look. Safari is 40 minutes. So we went ahead and booked that and rode that from 8:30 to 9:30, as a sequence there. And then we are going to head over to Everest. And apologies, we are just kind of doing the rope dropping. We're not booking Genie here. We're stacking Genie for something else. So when we got done with Flight of Passage, we walked over to Safari. And then when we got done with Safari, we continued around. We went on Everest. And then Everest goes right over to Dinosaur. Dinosaur's still a 5-minute wait. And then, so we're not quite there yet. Look at the wait times here. We got 5, 10. Avatar's building up to an hour and a half. See how these rides are building right now? It's a 9:15. A little bit of a flat line. It's a good time to go. It's cool. This is one of the hottest, biggest parks. Safari's building. and now it's over an hour. So when we left Flight of Passage at 9, Safari was just over an hour. At 8:30, Safari was at 50 minutes. By the time you got there, it went down. It's at 35 minutes. And it continues to be at 35 minutes, but it's going to start building 45, 50, hour. So throughout the rope drop hour, you were able to get a lot done. And this right here is what you can do during your Genie day, during your rope drop period. All the while stacking for Hollywood Studios. So now you can do, essentially build this. This could be your night. And you still have between 10 and 3 to go home, relax, go to the pool, do whatever you need to do. So this is a prime candidate. There you go. And that's what you would have ridden in combination there. So that's a good use of your day. Let's finish it up. Genie Plus at Epcot. A little better than Animal Kingdom. Not as good as Hollywood Studios or Magic Kingdom, but with the add of Remy, they got some stuff here. So these are the ones that you'll want to think about. Frozen is always about hour and a half. And Remy fluctuates pretty greatly between an hour and almost 2 hours throughout the day. So if you're doing Genie for either one of these, this is where it should go. All right, so let's hop into it here at 7:15. We got Remy's already up there. We got Guardians as the lightning lane. We'll go ahead and take the Remy from 7:45 to 8:45 and Guardians of the Galaxy. So we're going to have a nice morning. Going to enjoy the fireworks show. At 10:30, 2 hours after the park opens, we are going to pick Frozen, 6 to 7. Not a bad item there. As you're taking a look here at the pause, take a look at the times as you strategize your day. The con is I didn't pick Test Track, but we were already up there anyway by Frozen. So Test Track was available at 10:30. Now that it's 12:30, Test Track is gone, and it'll probably be gone for the rest of the day. And that's we'll pick Soaring because between 12:30 and 2:30, we're not getting to the park until later. So we missed a cycle, but we did pick Soaring 3 to 4. So we'll hit that up as we walk into the park. 4:30, you got the option. If you're not staying for fireworks, you can go park hop over to Magic Kingdom, which is really your only chance. But otherwise, that just about wraps up the Genie for this particular day, which is still a solid day. Because you took it easy, you rode these rides. These are really good flagship rides. But nevertheless, you go up there, maybe eat at Via Napoli, Chefs de France. A lot of good things to do. But this is how you built, the framework of your day, and that's a pretty successful day. You can always do standby. I mean, when not pictured on this, you can do Spaceship Earth, go to the ball. And then there's Mission Space. Be careful. Red line, green line can make you a little sick. But anyway, long story short, those are the 4 theme parks. Those are the strategies to consider: rope drop, close the shop, Genie, raindrops, whatever it is. And you can take it from there. And I'll see you in the next video.